like starting off with laughing is hilarious.
Laughing because otherwise I'd cry, and also I was coughing. I was hiding my cough.
That was funny. GM Adrienne.
Hi, Prof.
It's already been a bit of a day. It's 8:30 in the morning. So here's the scoop for today's show. We are going to do some Farcaster news at the top. We have A-Town joining us at 9 a.m. Eastern. Very excited to chat with them about Emerge. And that's my background that I'm sporting here, by the way, is all the cast out Emerge creations. So I'm excited to chat with him then. And then at the end, after A-Town, after we're done with our little interview with A-Town, we are going to do a quick cast out update. So this is the plan. Are you ready, Adrienne?
I'm ready.
All right. We'll be back in 40 seconds. Welcome to GM Farcaster, bringing you everything from breaking news to spicy memes to the deep lore shaping this vibrant digital community. More than just a show, GM Farcaster is your digital third space where the community connects, the stories unfold, and the culture thrives. Whether you're a daily caster or just dropping by, we've got the latest buzz to keep you plugged in. So grab your coffee and let's dive in with your hosts, Nanish Prof and Adrienne, for another episode of GM Farcaster. GM Farcaster. It is Friday, November 7th. Happy Friday. And you are here with Adrienne Nanish Prof for a little less than 29 minutes of Farcaster news, followed by a chat with our friend A-Town about the Emerge mini app. And I'm just making sure I got all our announcements, notifications. Hey, we're lives out there now. If you are seeing this over on Twitter, please give us a retweet. If you are watching on Farcaster in our mini app, give us a little recast. And let me just do one last recast. Yeah, we've had lots been going on. Not a lot of news, a lot of funny things, I feel like. A little bit of news, mostly just fun. That's been happening on the timeline. So we're going to talk about that. And I'm really excited to chat with A-Town about his the creations taking over our feed. And it's all his fault. So, all right, let's dive in. So we do have a little bit of news. Clanker Spotlight is going to be new. So introducing Clanker Spotlight. Launch with Clanker, share what you're building, and get a chance to be featured in the Farcaster app and across other Farcaster social media channels. Our goal is to give developers launching with Clanker more distribution. For now, Spotlight is invite only and focused on new Clankers. If you'd like to be considered, ping me. We'll have something separate for existing Clankers soon. So this is interesting. We personally prefer a little different name that we've been using, but I guess I should have copywritten it just to be on the safe side, Dan. Yeah, we're not making this CCO. We have been doing Clankcaster Spotlight. So we're going to keep that. We have a whole bunch of interviews that we've done with builders, and those have been our Clankcaster Spotlights. So we'll continue. With that terminology, and we'll let you have Clanker Spotlight. We're keeping Clankcaster. Anyway, so this is cool to see, sort of rolling in and using Dream distribution rules everything around me to help those who are launching interesting projects and using Clanker. So very exciting. Cool to see this. And if you are interested in applying, there is an application form on Dan's favorite platform, Notion. If you missed the Notion wars, I can't.
The inside jokes are we can't run deep today.
Run very deep today. I go backwards. There's also an official Clanker Telegram channel. So if you're on Telegram, you can join that. I think it's primarily going to be used for announcements and updates, similar to the one they have for Farcaster. This is really helpful if things go down, and it gives another channel for keeping up with updates. The FC dev call update. There was a dev call that was yesterday, correct? 10 a.m. Pacific. Future calls will be on the first Thursday of the month at 10 a.m. Pacific time. Why are we making this change? They used to have it a little more often. Dev calls used to be for getting feedback from developers and sharing our long-term roadmap. Thanks to Linda and others on the team, we now have channels to get feedback directly from devs on a much faster cadence. Dev calls going forward will be focused more on long-term roadmap, and once a month is likely the right cadence for that. So little shift, makes sense at this point. They have just it used to be just Dan and Varun for a while there. So they needed dev calls just to find devs. So, things have changed. So I think this makes a lot of sense. Did you end up going to the dev call yesterday? I don't know if you made it. Okay.
No, because I got kept late with our friend Anari, which I would rather be with her talking about base app updates anyway. But no, I think it was I jumped into the Zoom, I don't know, 25 minutes after the hour. I think it was over.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. So I'm sure usually they post all these updates also on Notion, I think. So you can go check that out if you want to catch up on that. But anything that's really urgent, we'll see on the timeline as well. This from Divifly, new Clanker article is live. Deep dive on how to maintain post-Clank clarity. So those sweet rewards keep rolling in. So this is really helpful, interesting. Go check this out if you are doing some work in the Clanker empires, if you will. Since it's from it's from the Clankerverse. Yeah, that's from the Empire guys. So I figured I'd use Empire. This is an interesting discussion. And I started with Dan's comment, and I really should start with Derek's original cast. FC, we need to move past meme coins. If crypto is ever going to grow, app coins are the future. More legitimate projects, please. Also, FC Clankton token contest time. Clankton. Also, FC Clankton. We'll talk about Clankton in just a little bit. But what was interesting, Dan's meme was, why not both? I kind of want to make a different point, and I made it on Derek's cast. The SEC has said that meme coins are fine, not securities. Yay. They haven't heard the word app coin, content coin, creator coin, none of that. So I beg of all of you, consider them all meme coins, because that's what they are. As soon as you add other things to it, you might move into initial coin offering territory. Be very careful out there. So just a word of caution, we can
we think words don't, you're thinking in your mind of oh, what am I going to call something? Doesn't really matter. I'm building an app. I've got to, you're saying you should be thinking a little broader about
I get that people want to put these in different categories, and a lot of that is branding. It's not even related to anything else. It's it sounds better if I call it an app coin. It sounds less scammy.
Well,
it sounds better if I call it a creator coin, because now I can tie this to a particular person and use it in a different way. But from the perspective of the mechanics, as well as legally speaking, you want to be calling them meme coins. So,
okay, there you have it. Sounds like legal advice.
It's not legal advice. I will use my disclaimer. My disclaimer I used to use on Twitter Spaces all the time. Not legal advice, not financial advice, probably not a cult. You can tell what spaces I was doing.
Okay, so
NFT spaces.
Yeah. That's I actually think it is good information, not advice.
Yes, not advice.
Not legal advice, but it is good information, good perspective to think about. Yeah. But I think for a lot of people, the reason we're trying to name things as humans is there's kind of new things emerging. And as humans, we want to categorize things and label them so we can put them nicely into a box. And
I think there's also this I need this to not be a meme coin, because meme coin means this
It's
one
going
thing.
to
It's going to go to
dump and-
zero. It's a scam. I don't want my thing to be a scam. That's where the thinking is.
Right. It's like if I label it an app coin, you will take me seriously.
Yes.
Spoiler alert. You know what? Stocks go to zero too. Public companies have
all the time
gone to zero too. But yeah.
Penny stocks are a thing for a reason.
Everything goes to zero. In this edition of
the apocalypse is coming.
In this edition of We're All Gonna Die. I'm sorry. It's been a week.
Sponsored by Joni Ernst.
I don't know who Joni Ernst is. Why not?
You don't know who Joni Ernst is? She's a senator from is it Iowa? I think Iowa, who in a town hall meeting, somebody said something about, I forget exactly what led up to the conversation, but she responded like, she's like, well, people are gonna die if you. I think it was the healthcare stuff, and she's like, well, we're all gonna die. It was just, and then she did a walk and talk through a graveyard to like double down on it. It was just like, and then she announced she wasn't running. She wasn't running for re-election. It was like, yeah, that was probably a good idea because that was going to be your opponents. All your opponents' ads are going to be just you in a graveyard.
Okay.
Anyway, total side note, but
it is the truth. Okay.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you're not lying.
No
lies.
Says something about politics. Like that's why you can't tell the truth.
This is
okay. That's why we elect liars.
Anyway, moving on to this non-political show, but that's the first thing I think of when I hear somebody like, we're all gonna die. All right. This from Android 16. Okay. Playing devil's advocate, since I hold app coins. Why are app coins project tokens launched through any launched through any launchpad not prone to adverse selection? I.e., wouldn't the highest quality projects roll their own token? Why seed some percentage of fees in perpetuity for a one-time benefit of pre-built contracts? So this was a great conversation. There was a lot of back and forth here, and then I don't think did Dan reply, or I think he quote casted it. And what it came, there we go. Why don't people roll their own credit card processors? Why give up 3% of all spend? There was a discussion about that. But I think it's very similar in that the reason you might
why don't people roll their own? Why don't they run their own servers? Like, why am I using AWS? Right. Why am I doing anything like?
Right. Exactly. So there's a few, either convenience, cost, or distribution, or all three. So there's those are the three reasons. It's going to be like, I can't afford to run my own server. Also skill. Like, I don't want to take the risk of putting an unaudited contract out in the world.
Please,
Brian,
don't
shut up, Brian. So it's like things like that are the reason. The audits are very expensive. So yeah.
I think we'd have a different conversation in 3 years' time from now.
Maybe.
Or 5 years' time. I mean, it's just like how, it's like everybody went to, I'm kind of using the cloud infrastructure. And then a few years ago, it was like this whole big meta of like, we're repatriating and we're running our own data centers again because, so it's like,
because then you're
starting out
decentralized by centralized versus centralized.
Yeah, but it's also, it's like you're starting out, you got to focus on what are you doing? What are you doing well? You don't have to necessarily run the entire stack. Like you got to ship fast. Like it's also speed to market. Like I need to get my idea out, and my idea is not a token launcher. So like, why am I spending? I mean, how long did it take Clanker to build their contracts and iterations, and they're on their fourth iteration? Yeah. So
it's a lot to maintain. Also, like that's a big part of that. So I mean, I can't see why you would. Unless you were a very large company, like obviously Base is going to do their own, I would assume, like 100%, because that would make sense for them.
Yeah.
So if they're
except Base is also using Zora.
Yeah, but I'm saying for their own token, my guess is they will do their own contract. I could be wrong, but I would be surprised if they decided to use a token launcher. Maybe they will. but I would be surprised by that. So I would think that they would do their own, but other than literally other than them or someone of that level, it's kind of at this point a little bit silly to not use a token launcher for all the reasons that are discussed. Distribution being one of the biggest ones, because people are going to trust that.
You get a Clankcaster spotlight if you launch on Clanker.
There you go. You get a Clankcaster spotlight. You also get trust. So you get a little bit more trust of okay, I can trust these contracts because there's been thousands or millions of other tokens that have launched on top of them and they were safe. So I don't have to worry about that aspect of it. So anyway, it was a good conversation. Go check out, this link will be in our show notes and you can go check that out. I do want to close these. Hold on. I just realized I still have our Discord open and I don't need that open. So let me shift gears. Oh, yeah. Anyways, okay. Here we go. Few things from the builders. This from Yasik. Hey, Degens, quick update on the Degen app release. The app is ready to go, but we're still working through a painfully long Apple review process, many such cases. We've now resubmitted 4 times, and this round we're officially filing an appeal. In the latest review, Apple claimed Degen tipping counts as an in-app purchase, even though we specifically removed that functionality from the newest build. It seems they might not have even opened the app this time. We're doing everything we can to resolve this quickly, but Apple tends to move slowly. Our best estimate is that this process could take another week or 2. We appreciate everyone's patience and support. We're so close to launch. In the meantime, we'll keep building. We've heard this from Zapper, from Uno, everyone who's trying to do clients right now seems to be having a really big problem with the approval process from Apple. Also, exactly why mini apps are great. Exactly why mini apps are great if you can stick to a mini app, because that is a massively challenging project. Approval process. So yeah. So wishing you luck, Yasik. I hate that you're going through that. This was cool to see. They met up. So Taco and Pauline of Los Fomos finally met up in Paris. They're getting ready to do Midnight at Los Fomos, which they crowdfunded. And you can see them setting up and doing some filming in a space that they found there in Paris. And how fun. So fun to see.
Amazing.
So fun to see. I love this photo, by
These
the way.
ladies, they're so cool.
They're so freaking cool. We are so not cool. They're so cool.
They're so cool.
They just ooze cool. Yeah. So I hope everything's going well over there. It looks amazing. Can't wait to watch. Then we have, I'm trying to decide, I want to save that for a second. Okay. I'm going to come back to the Clankton of it all. This from Jesse. I'm launching JesseXBT today. Why? I get 100 plus of DMs a day and I try to answer, but I can never go as deep as I want. So I spent 6 months building JesseXBT with A0 XBot to give a smart, helpful based Jesse to every builder. It's early and I want your feedback. JesseXBT is trained on my brain, including my public content across X, Base App, Instagram, blogs, as well as private personal guidance on how to be a builder. He's around 24/7 to teach you about Base, give feedback on your project, and help you become a better builder. He can do a few things: help you build better, intro top builders to me directly, support the best builders with micro grants soon. And we're just getting started. He'll keep learning and growing as my on-chain twin. 4, to help him get better, we're starting with a challenge. Between now and November 12th, JesseXBT will pick 3 builders who work with him and who will each get 15 minutes one-on-one with me. It's easy to get started. Message jessexbt.base.eth on the Base app, or JesseXBT BaseBot on Telegram. What is he looking for? Building something real on Base, not just an idea. Clear vision to iterate on feedback, focused on solving actual user problems. So Late Night on Base dropped JesseXBT into their chat, their group chat. Shout out, Bill. And it was really funny because someone was trying to get them to launch a token. JesseXBT will not launch tokens. Just letting you know right now. So stop it. Just stop it.
The smallest measure of time is when someone launches a bot and then someone tries to get that bot to launch a token.
Exactly.
It's smaller than a nanosecond. It is the smallest measurement.
It's so funny. So that, yeah, first use case. But this is very cool. And I think we'll see a lot more experiments around this because it makes a lot of sense to have bots that can do that thing for you 24/7 that you just, can't do. So, when people have said, I wish we could clone Jesse, there you go. Not exactly the same, but it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. By the way, I think he should use his Warpy version, his Warplet version of him as the JesseXBT profile pic. I think that'd be funny. This from our friend Toady, one of my favorite little features of the Splits Teams platform is how you can search someone's Farcaster username to send tokens directly to their Warplet. Here I am sending Symbiotech his $400 Emerge top prize from our Betterment Try Emerge Spooky Workflow contest. Pretty slick, right? So I thought this was cool. We love the Splits team. And when I saw this, I wanted to make sure we shouted it out. Hold on. I got to switch
with
hats.
your hat.
No,
that's Clanker.
No, I've got it.
Splits.
I've got it. It was underneath. So there we go.
Love it.
So this is really cool. We love the Splits team. Go ahead.
Yes. No, I was just gonna say, if you're not familiar with Splits, think of Splits as on-chain banking. If you are running any sort of company with any element of on-chain finances, you want to use Splits. It's completely free to use. It is very secure. It is super usable. Like it has all, I think they said when I talked to them first, it's like trying to be the Mercury for on-chain. And it's like banking on Ethereum. They have really good vision. I didn't even know you could send to Farcaster names. And by the way,
this is how I learned. Today I learned from Toady. Because I knew you could do like wallets, but it never even crossed my mind to try the Farcaster name.
Yes, cool. And I've been giving our Clips editor push money, and I've been doing it from my personal and then reimbursing myself from our business account and then recording the expense. But what was I doing?
What were you doing?
What was I even doing?
We had no idea. We had no idea this was a feature. So this is very cool. I love that how many different just crypto native features, I should say. It feels very crypto native. So if you are working in Ethereum, like if you're getting paid in all these different cryptocurrencies and that's how you get paid and you have a business or project, definitely check out the Splits Teams platform. It's very good. All right. Got a couple more things. This from the propaganda team. Today, we're opening up the Drops waitlist. Drops is our first commerce experiment, laying the foundation for how users will spend on chain. Built to support multiple payment methods, including X402, Drops will become an open marketplace where any vendor can sell and incentivize their customers in collaboration with Boost XYZ. So it's coming soon. You can get on the wait list by going to this mini app. And I must be a login. I did my little wait list and got on there, and I'm like number 19 or something. So that was pretty cool. So that was very cool.
If you're in the cabal, they bump you up on the wait list.
I might be on the cabal. No, not caballing. Not today. One last thing before we bring A-Town up. I see him down there. We're going to bring him up in just a moment. This has been the crazy thing on the timeline that took over the timeline this week. We had the Clanker QR experiment. So let me back up a minute. We don't know why, but Jake posted this. Clankton. Okay. And then he decided to turn this into an experiment. So he said, I am not going to clank this. I will not clank the below image Clankton myself, but if someone does clank it and wins a QR auction to drive attention to it, I will publicly acknowledge that Clankton token as the one. which I think, as the creator of the image and original cast, I will have the ability to effectively declare. But even if I did not, it will have won the auction and get a day of attention from thousands on Farcaster. So it would almost definitely be the one anyway, independent of me personally, as a result of on-chain attention machine. The reason the reason this is somewhat interesting to me is because it allows anyone to clank it and have theirs become the one, even if they do not have a large following, simply by bidding and winning our daily auction for attention. And also, of course, this can help drive attention to QR. If you don't want to clank it yourself, you can back anyone who does bid on the auction for as little as $1 to help theirs become the one. And it doesn't, and if it doesn't, you get your money contributed to the bid back. Please be cautious in that regardless of who launches this token. It will certainly go down at some point. It will likely go up at other points. And how these things work. It will likely go up and down a number of times, either by a little or a lot. I don't know. This is not financial advice, but it could be fun. So this turned into insanity. The bids were crazy. So there were multiple tokens that were launched. That's why Clankton was trending, because it was trending. Multiple tokens were trending. It was very confusing. Our friend Bert launched one. So I backed that one. It did not end up winning. There was another one that won, but it was crazy. It had the highest auction, I think, that Jake's ever had. It worked. It was very interesting, very fun experiment, fun to watch it play out. And of course, we ended up with some fun memes like this one, where Warplet and Clankton are hanging around the arch. The Farcaster cinematic universe is expanding. This one was from Derek. The real winner in the Clankton Wars of, wait, I don't know if I can do the voice. The real winner in the Clankton Wars of 2025 was not, as it turns out, a Clankton coin. It was QR. Cast guidance. Read this in the voice of Sir David Attenborough. Couldn't quite get there, but I did my best. This was really funny. The Clank tones. This was the list of the Clanktons. And my thought was Jake and the Clank tones has a nice ring. I could see that being a band.
We'll see if we can book them for FarCon Rome.
Exactly. Yes. And then this, whatever this is all I'll leave. I'll leave you with that.
I don't know what that is, but when
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, when Miguel creates a animation, we show it. So.
We show it.
We have a contract.
These are the rules. These are the rules. All right. Let's bring up, first I want to, before I bring up A-Town, which I'm going to do in just a second, I'm going to throw this overlay up. This was all of the different iterations of workflows that the cast out tribes created. And this is all my versions of it, and I love them. And A-Town, welcome to the stage. And technically, this is a Clankcaster spotlight, Adrienne.
Oh, that is right.
Right?
Did you say Clankcaster?
I said Clankcaster. I did. And there's the Clank.
A-Town, do you know that is Moon Poppy actually banging pots and pans in his house, and he made us a little audio clip of it.
And that's our sound.
That's amazing lore. It's great to be here, GM.
That's our sound, our crazy soundboard. It's so great to have you here. And what did you do to us by creating this app? Like, you've ruined our lives, but we love you. I've given you
the memes of production. Yeah.
The memes of production. Perfect. Yes, you have. You definitely have. It's been absolutely nuts to see how things can really take off. Love what you built. So let's take a step back and introduce, like, what is Emerge? Why did you create it? And also, I'd love to know about some of your choices, because you've incorporated like different ways to pay, like and like taking all these different tokens, which I think is fantastic. Like, let's talk a little bit through that, but let's start with like, what is Emerge? Let's introduce it to the people. And for those who may not know.
Well, for those who may not know who I am, I'm A-Town. Yeah. I've been a product manager my whole career. I've been building in crypto for the last 5 or 6 years. Ran my own agency for a while. Did product for Rodeo, building out the Rodeo. app. So that's where I got first exposed to building consumer social crypto products. And then, I was an advisor on this thing called Mprops, which was basically like art blocks for AI that
cool.
my co-founder had been working on for the last few years. And it was an amazing product, but it was very, very like high complexity. And so I told him we should try to find a way to simplify it and make it where anyone could use these really powerful, open source stable diffusion tools and stuff like that. So we spent 4 months kind of like formulating what Tri-Emerge would be. We knew we wanted to use a mini app. We knew we wanted to use an AI agent, and we knew we wanted it to be pretty like dead simple for people to use. So for those who haven't
mission
tried,
accomplished.
Thank you, appreciate it. For those who haven't tried Emerge yet, basically we've given you a way to create what I call content vending machines, where you can tag the agent with any sort of aesthetic description or reference image. It will take your PFP and remix it in that style. And then anyone else can come behind the original person who requests the workflow to pay a quarter to get their version of it. Now we also have where you can upload other images to remix other than your PFP. Coming next week, you'll be able to run it for a friend of yours if you want to, instead of yourself, as a gift, basically. And then also coming soon is group photos, which I can share a little tease on later. But
ooh, that's interesting.
Yeah, at a high level, that's what we built. And we also wanted there to be some sort of like creator earnings component to it. And so that's where we came up with the model where we do a rev share split, where the workflow creator gets half the funds that we bring in, and we're using, payment splitter contracts for that. And this is all thanks to having programmable tech and programmable money.
Amazing. And it's, let me pull this up so folks who may not be familiar can check this out. This is the mini app. So if you go to, you can either go at Tri-Emerge on Farcaster, or you can search for Emerge in the mini app database search feature. And when you go in there, you'll see some that are, how do you determine who's featured? Is that just whatever's getting the most activity at that time, or?
It's whatever I see that makes me happy. It's purely
so it's manual. Okay.
Purely human manual choice. I could automate it if I wanted to, but I kind of like having a pulse on what's going on. So that's why you see it's plankton right now, because plankton's hot. Last week, warplets were hot.
There you go. It's still there. It's still hanging out down here just in case anybody still wants to warplet.
Now, from this point on, it is based on what's trending. So it's based on whichever ones have the most generations over the last 72 hours. So it's like an ephemeral trending surface. Okay.
So from featured workflows and below, that is really coming from whoever's getting the most generations. Okay.
That's right.
And we see some, I see some tribes still in there. We got the Guy Fawkes mask, and that was our winner. And then we've got the Christmas one, which was really cute. This one was really cute. The dim sum me. Those were all from the cast out challenges.
I'm so glad to see, people using Emerge for things like contests, like what you guys did. It's like always what I envisioned is people would be able to like proliferate their brand or engage their community in a fun way where there's still like a personalized element to it. I think that's what really makes Emerge so addicting, is like when you see yourself in something, you're way more engaged, you're way less critical of it.
Yeah, I think that's why these things take off. Even like seeing what Say Angel did with the warplets last week, which also was on Emerge. Also, like there were two different versions. I think that I have really spoke to that.
Opinions on that I'd like to share.
Okay, bring it. Go ahead.
Yeah. Like I think when we saw 37 start to trend first, when we were at the Builder Day, and then Martin clanked a token against it, right? I feel like Emerge was definitely the tool that kind of made it proliferate across the network first, and then
absolutely
Martin was able to capitalize on that moment and clank it, right? And then same thing with the warplets. I feel like our workflow really proliferated people jumping in and getting personalized ones, and then Say Angel obviously crushed it, and he had the tech ready with Harmony Bot to turn it into NFT mint. And then now we're seeing the same thing with Clankton. Jake created the prompt to get people in, and then we created a visual way for people to dogpile in, and then it was just, you know, an insane network activity, and that's what I love to see. And so where Emerge is going is the next step is we want to be able to let you tokenize the workflows or turn them into NFT collections. So we capture that full round trip of meme is born, meme is nurtured, meme proliferates to a tokenized unit of measure, and then it can blast off beyond the Farcaster ecosystem.
I love that. And so right now, just so people know, like when you create the image, it's not an NFT. You're minting it to essentially the app. Like it stays in the app.
You're paying
in a
crypto
little gallery.
tokens for AI
Yeah.
tokens. You're
Yeah.
not minting anything right now. It's just we are storing all the outputs, and eventually I envision when you go to your profile and you see everything that you've paid for, you will have like, you know, features to remix it. So you could take an image and go to
that's
video, or take an image and change it based on a prompt that you give it. So we create this like cascading remix kind of interaction. Sora, like the Sora app is very inspiring as far as like how remixing is like a core feature in the app.
Yeah.
And I think we want to get to the point where it's very much just like this like remix kind of like engine.
Yeah, that would be very cool. And I saw people taking even some images that they've created in Emerge and putting it over into Sora with an S, and like making it come alive and all of that, which I think is like this really interesting flywheel. So it makes sense to build that right in, so that
and speaking of Zora, I also want to get
Yeah.
to the point where you can post your outputs as, you know, coin them on Zora if you want to. The UX is a bit tricky to get it to fall under your creator coin, so that's why we haven't built it yet.
This is really impressive in terms of what the outputs are. Like I was so impressed with the ones that were created for the contest. Like these are incredible. Like they all have such different vibes, and I think you touched on it. It's the fact that you're seeing yourself, whatever you see as yourself in them, that's what seals it. That's what makes people want to do it. That's what drives the FOMO. Like I want to see my version of the movie poster kind of thing. And I think that's really driving this, is that personalization that you really can't do otherwise. Like you can do with AI that you really can't do otherwise. And I think it's really amazing. What are you using on the technical back of this? Is it something you guys have created yourself? Are you tapping into OpenAI? Like what's the technical aspects of it?
So from when we launched until right now, until basically this week, we've been using OpenAI. It's a very just, you know, we take the cast, we process it through an LLM to create a very detailed JSON descriptor, and then we pass that to the OpenAI model to give us back an image. When we first launched, we had one called Fidenza Photo Booth, which was actually more of a custom recipe that we created, where it would generate a P5JS Fidenza for you, and then it would take your profile picture and it would merge them together. And that's really actually like a more indicative workflow of like what we can do. We're giving you like 5% of what we can actually do right now.
Ooh, okay.
We are about to launch migrating over to Nano Banana, which is basically Google's competitor for ChatGPT, but we're going to do it in a way where we're using Comfy UI. And Comfy UI is really going to be the big unlock for what we can do, because we can process like multiple steps in a very like repetitive recipe, and we can bring in other types of open source models like Stable Diffusion and Clang and all that kind of stuff. And so you're going to quickly be seeing like way more complex things hitting the timeline, and other like media types as well. But for speed to market, we started with ChatGPT, OpenAI. Basically, we now are in the Google for Startups Web3 program and got a bunch of credits.
Cool.
So we're going to migrate to all Google, Gemini for cast processing, and Nano Banana for image, and VO for video. So that'll be coming soon.
Ooh, very interesting. And Nano Banana was what Say Angel used for theirs. So that's why there was a little different vibe between the two. Was like you could see
he was definitely
between the two of them. Yeah,
he was definitely able to nail like a more cohesive character with A, because he used Nano Banana, and B, because he processed it a certain way. And what we're about to be launching any day now will be kind of like upping the quality and upping the cohesion because of how we're going to set up the workflows with Nano Banana and Comfy UI.
Very cool. Adrienne, do you want any other questions along those lines? The tech side, I'm sure you have some thoughts on the bot or anything like that.
Nothing specific on the tech.
It's cool to like have a better understanding of what's been in the background for sure.
The other, I guess, thing that really sets us apart is we built this on like top of 3 years of like building AI workflows. So we have
that makes sense.
Like a very insane queuing system that like keeps track of all the jobs and lets us know every step of the way where it is in the job. If it fails, we have a whole backend admin portal that we build where
you guys seem to respond really quickly when things fail too. I've noticed that, like, you're on it, you're like, hey, this one failed sometimes before people even realize that
I'm chronically online.
Really good. It's working for you.
Are you okay? Are you okay? This, by the way, that is such a pattern we hear all the time of these like overnight success apps. Like they're never overnight success. Like no one's like, oh, I'm just going to build this from scratch. Like everyone is building, like
I've been building it for 3 years. Yeah. Compounding on other builds. No,
totally. I was going to ask on the tech and I was just going to make a joke, a callback. I'm just wondering why you didn't roll your own LLM and image generation. And you probably don't know what I'm talking about, but
I missed the callback on that one. Sorry.
Yeah, we were talking earlier about, why people use token launchers.
Like why not just roll your own, and why are you giving away fees to people? We talked about.
Yeah, don't want to do audits and things like that. That's actually let's ask you about that. So you also have the Emerge token that was launched on Clanker, and so how I've seen you guys using that as like, for different contests, for different promotions and things like that. Do you have other thoughts on what you might do with the token? Are what was the choice to launch the token? Was it more like marketing to sort of drive attention? Because that usually works pretty well. It's actually a good attention getter. So what was your thinking about in terms of the token of it all?
Yeah, I mean, when we launched the token, we already had a lot of attention. We were, we had been the top app for like 2 weeks, and I've had enough experience talking to VCs about things that I've been working on that I knew like it wasn't ready for traditional capital, and Clanker just seemed like a way better way to bootstrap it. And so very, very close with the Clanker team and a lot of other projects that have clanked, and kind of just like talk to them about what we were thinking. And because they now had the vaulting, I was able to kind of like set aside enough supply to set us up for success for the future. But you can't really beat the distribution that you get with Clanker on Farcaster, and just, people just inherently want to support you just because you clanked. And so it just made sense that the project token would be a Clanker, and it was purely to bring in early revenue to bootstrap so I could pay my co-founder a salary, and so we could kind of keep our devs that were working on this as part of the team for an extended period of time.
And I think that it also, it does provide also the community an opportunity to support you and to say, like, we believe in what you're doing. Like, this is really interesting. We want to be a part of your journey. And I think you see that a lot too.
What I told the guys on 11 a.m. is I really see the token as a prediction market for people to take a position on how good I am at shipping, right? It's not equity in my company. It's like, buy this token because you think we're going to ship really cool shit, and you think that's going to drive attention to the token.
It's a great way to put it. It's really a good way to put it. Like, I like that thinking. I do have to ask about your hat. You created the hats, right?
I did.
Were there only 37 of them?
There were.
Damn it. I was really hoping you still had a few left.
Prof, you can just create your own.
I understand.
But also say 37.
But it won't be the same.
I think I'm gonna keep doing small batch drops of 37 branded merch where there's always only 37 pieces. So you may be able to get in on the next thing we do.
Cool. I love that. I'm in.
I wanted to go back to the token real quick if that's cool. Just like what's coming next is we really believe that these workflows themselves should be tokenized, similar to like the way people are tokenizing their content in creator coins. And we are going to pair those workflow tokens up to Emerge the same way that
cool.
Zora does and Virtuals does. So that'll start to create more intertwined network effects between the app and the token. And what I
Did you
envision
see how he
happening,
avoided the word flywheel? I think he knows it's a drinking game here. I think he knew.
yeah. I've been saying quote pair a lot though. That's the new buzzword, quote pairs.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, I think what we want to do is basically the creator of the workflow will get a share of the supply as if it's their creator coin. And then what's really cool is like the first 100 people to run the workflow will get a share of the supply. And it'll be,
I like that.
The earlier you are, the more you'll get. So maybe we'll carve out 10% for that 100 people. And the first person will get more than the 99th person. But it further creates FOMO to want to dogpile in and be part of that moment or that trend or whatever.
Will those tokens also be clankers and on their own, or what are you thinking in terms of that?
That is
process.
Like TBD. We're kind of like experimenting with different protocols for that. But I do think that because of the Clanker acquisition, clankers will now be first-class citizens in the client, and so it makes sense to clank them as well. So we are starting to lean that that's probably the way we're going to go. And we met with, Jack and Linda last week to chat about it further. And I think they're down to support and really promote,
help you figure out, make sure it works well. And I mean, it would make sense. And it would be cool to see that if it works out. But also I think that's a really interesting way to, I like the idea of having that share with the people who are minting or, I guess minting, I'm going to use the word minting, your workflow. I love that. And it really rewards those who are early supporters. And you could see these ones that really pop off and get a lot of attention. That's going to be fantastic for the creator and the artists who really create something that's unique and fun and different. And we've seen a lot of those. And I'd love to see them get a little bit more,
I think it'll
that. That's
exponentially drive up the creator earnings here, because right now it's a linear expression, right? The more people you get, the more 12.5 cents you get. But once it's tokenized, the more people are trading, you get this like upward exponential velocity on the swap fees that we can, give the creator 80%, we take 20%, whatever the numbers are. But like, that's what we see hopefully happening.
I love that. I think that's fantastic. I think you'll see a drive in hopefully some more, interesting artists too, jumping in to experiment.
Yeah. We also are going to have like an alternative model where you can launch your workflow as an NFT collection, and you can set a max supply or unlimited supply. You set the mint price.
There's a max supply of 37 all the time.
Yeah, it's hard coded and it's never changing.
Recommended supply 37 over and over again. It comes with a hat. That would be fantastic. What else did we forget? What else do you want to mention that we may have forgotten to ask about that is coming up, or other cool iterations that you have coming that you want to maybe shout out?
Can I share my screen for a second, or is that not
I'd
possible?
love that. Sure.
Okay, cool.
Sure. That'll be, let me stop sharing mine. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm just going to share a quick little thread of our group photo feature that's coming out soon.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Love to see that.
Are you seeing my
stage? I'm adding it to the stage right now.
Okay,
now
cool.
It's on the screen. So
these were manually created using the exact workflow that we're going to productize, but essentially,
is that Symbio? That's Symbio and Garrett.
Yeah. You're going to be able to tag your friends and say, make a picture of me, Symbio, and Garrett in whatever setting. And it'll respond back with that setting. So we had our resident AI researcher quitters basically responding to people in the thread with images of them and their friends and different settings. And so this is going to be productized here very, very soon.
That's hilarious.
This is so good.
This is so fun. This is going to get a lot of attention.
I think this is going to...
This is so good. Prof, I made a meme this morning with both of us in it. and it's very ugly, and it's like
I haven't
so
looked at it.
primitive, and it was like cut and paste, and like, oh my God, could I just tag an AI and have that happen?
That would be
Yes, you
incredible.
can.
They look better.
And that will be launching next week, hopefully.
Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. I love that.
And the best part
it's
about
so
that
good.
is whoever requests the first group photo, let's say I say, make a picture of me, Adrienne, and Prof, like all riding the Magic School Bus, right? Then it'll become a collection, and anyone else will be able to click into it and do the Magic School Bus with their friends, and whoever created the original will keep making money. So
they'll be able to like edit the workflow to add their own friends rather than like it's not them riding the Magic School Bus with me and Adrienne.
Yeah, the setting will be fixed, but the subjects will be variable. So I can come in and replace us three with three, like me and my three
with my real friends.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
No, I'm just gonna hard code the dude into every output.
Perfect. I love it. This is Symbio said it's pretty good already. And Symbio won the Betterment recent contest with the workflow. So he's been crushing it. He's been adding a lot of different workflows in there. I've seen them. So it's very cool.
He is cool to see. He is one of what I would say one of my top 5 Emerge users that's using it how I intended it to be used. And I just love the way that he uses the app. There's a couple other people that have really just mastered kind of like using it in the moments of inspiration, which is really what I wanted, right? Like you see something happen on the timeline, someone gets ratioed, you want to dunk on someone, you want to like participate in some sort of trend. Doing it in line in the thread on the feed is like what I was always envisioning.
Yep. And I see Degen Communist. Yeah, we're talking about that. We'll get the Emerge win for the team. Don't worry. It's in discussions. We just haven't had a chance to finalize that. Yeah, it's really fun to see. I've seen Peachy do a lot with like just on the fly kind of things that you're talking about. The dude's been another one. So I've seen a lot of those folks who like see something on the timeline, it looks really cool, and they kind of, make it into a workflow, and it's been a fun thing to see. That's how the Warplet stuff started too, was even along those same lines. So
Peachy, shout out Peachy. She's probably a big reason why Emerge like got so popular so fast, because she was just cranking out really dope
cranking them. Like constantly, there was something new from her every day. So, and I love that she really dove into that, which was fun. We love Peachy.
Shout out! I was just shout out Peachy.
Just a shout out to Peachy.
She's the best.
Peachy appreciation moment, everyone. We love it.
And Peachy's mom, we love.
And Peachy's mom, we love Peachy's mom. And said Derek is great as well. So Derek's been doing some good ones too. Yeah. So love seeing this. Yeah, love seeing this. It's been great chatting. Anything else, Adrienne, before we let A-Town?
I have no impulse control when it comes. I just created a new workflow.
Did you create one while we were sitting here?
I've been half.
This is what she does. I'm doing interviews. She's doing the thing about the interview. Like this happens.
I just had I know I can't wait for a group, but I had to do the Magic School Bus. I just want to see. I want to see it, just a solo one.
It was too good.
You want to share it?
You want to share it? Share your screen.
I don't know.
Did it finish?
Oh no, it's still
working.
It's still working.
Okay.
Also, when we do Nano Banana, it's going to be faster. So hopefully Emerge will be a little faster here in the next couple of weeks as well. Cool.
It's not that slow, to be honest. Like it's not, it takes a minute, but it's not, you can minimize the app and go on with your day and whatever, and then come back to it. So it only usually takes a minute or so that I've seen, tops. So, but that's amazing if it's going to be even faster. Okay, Adrienne, what did you do? Is it there? You want to show it?
Hopefully it didn't get hung up. It may have gotten hung up.
I got the cast that said it was created, but in the app, I'm seeing a spinner.
Okay.
So
this is what happens when we do it live.
Love live demos. Yeah.
Live demos are fantastic. Anyway, everybody.
I mean, I've also done 100 other ones that have worked beautifully.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, they're incredible. I end up getting sucked in, and just every time I see one on the timeline, I end up minting it and creating it, and it's so fun. Oh, by the way, thank you. You got to thank you for the refunds on the ones that didn't work early on. So
Yeah,
I have to
I
say,
mean, the beauty
yeah,
of like the 25
shout out
cent,
to that.
like,
Yeah.
like the whole microtransaction thing is a little underrated. Like it's just, especially when you're getting rewards, rest in peace, you're not getting rewards. But when you've got, you know, the far economy and flowing, like it's super easy.
Yeah.
But I didn't even know
that's
you were
really
doing,
why we
you were
wanted to
doing
use
refunds.
Dymo Pay, because Dymo Pay lets you pay with whatever tokens you have. So on Farcaster, like you said, the
that's
tokens
cool.
are flowing, creator
Yeah.
coins are getting tipped, and you're getting all this dust, and it's very easy to collect 25 cents in dust and then come turn it and spend it on Emerge.
Yeah, I love that. I was using Degen at first because I was like, oh, I'll use my Degen. And then I was like, oh, maybe I'll just go back to USDC because maybe my Degen's going to go up in value and I don't want to use it. But I didn't realize you were using Demo. That's really interesting to know because I was wondering how you were programming all that in. So that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, on Farcaster, we use
very
Demo
cool.
for that. On the base app, we kind of had to use base pay. So that's why on the base app, it's 25 cents USDC. Your output's ready, by the way, Adrienne.
I saw it, and I saw you did one already. See, he's got no impulse control either. Like
You
it's very
both of
hard
you.
to be
You're
on a
both of you. The
stream
both
and
of you.
not.
I have two
Could not
screens.
focus.
I should put my phone away when we're on a live stream, but it's and Symbio's got one too.
My app was made for people with ADD. That's why I made my app. It's to just help people with ADD get it out, get their impulses out.
I feel like I need to take, I've been thinking this and I've been saving them and putting them into a folder. I really want to take all my outputs and create a whole collection, NFT collection of just me, but it feels a little bit egotistical, but I still might do it.
Do it.
I say me, but it's not really me.
I really want to get to the point where I let anyone turn any output into an NFT. I just am trying to think through the right way to do it, right? Does like each workflow become a collection? Do you have your own personal collection that you can mint to? That's actually an interesting idea.
Like I like the idea of having them all as one collection of the different outputs, but I also can see the benefit of having them all in one collection too. So I'm not sure which is better. Because I could see that, you know, I loved looking at all the movie posters, for example, because they were just really cool. And it was fun to see what are the names that they got and all those kind of things. Same thing with the Pepes. I think there was
the rare Pepes.
Yeah.
I love that one. I'm a big fan of Bats. I know he didn't create it, but he's the first person that ran it where I saw it. And I was like, this is great.
There was one that Garrett did, and the name of the Pepe was Two-Eyed Pepe, and I'm like, wait, what? No, one eye. It was one-eyed Pepe, but the image had two eyes, and I was like, that doesn't track here. We had a little breakdown there.
That's a hallucination in its best form.
In its best form, it was really funny. I'm like, oh, that's perfect. It's like the wrong thing, but it's perfect. Yeah, see, we should have done that. I did 180-day meme campaign, making me a star of all these memes. Try Emerge makes it available to everyone. I know that would have been perfect for you. It would have been perfect. It would have made your life so much easier. You had to do hard mode. Poor YesToCrypto did hard mode for 180 days. If Emerge it existed, it would have been all the time.
He walked so we could run.
It's true. It's so true. Adrienne, last notes before we gotta let A-Time go.
All YesToCrypto got was a lousy t-shirt, and now we're all making bank. Okay. No, we have to go to cast out stuff, I know. And some people have to catch flights today.
Yes, we gotta let you go.
Doesn't get that in the way. But A-Town loved hanging out with you.
It's so fun it was so fun to chill. Thanks so much for coming by. Anytime you want to pop in, you got updates, make sure you let us know because we're fans. We're definitely fans. Fans of Emerge.
Thank you. Really happy to be here, and hopefully you'll be back soon.
Yeah, we'd love to have you back anytime. So thanks so much, and we'll see you on the timeline.
Later.
Peace. Bye. Peace out. So fun.
That was so fun. I mean, Try Emerge is so fun. Do you remember when it first came out?
Fun.
And you were like, did you do it yet? I'm like, no, I don't do it. You know, I'm not I was like, it was all low. Now I've done 100 of them. I just have
I
an
have so
aversion when
many.
I see things take over the feed. Now,
Yeah.
granted, this is what makes Farcaster so special is you have the social, like the network effect social dynamic. But I just have an aversion as soon as I see everybody talking about something, I'm like, I can't do that thing.
You're so funny.
I can't do that
I'm the
thing.
opposite.
And
I'm
then
the
I do the
opposite.
thing.
Gotta do the thing.
Also, when A-Town brought up the Magic School Bus,
Yeah.
I always am curious. And then someone asked us how old we were. I don't know if that was the same thing. And I'm always curious how people, I was wondering if he's fond of the Magic School Bus because he like grew up with it.
Probably. I mean, knows of it. Yeah, I would think.
Or because you have a child that watched it. And this is how I know Magic School Bus. Because my children
funny.
watched it. I had to just Google when it came out. And it did come out later. I was too old to watch it when I was growing up, but it was old enough. I'm not saying.
Yeah.
So old enough.
I knew of
think
it.
my
Yeah.
kids must have been watching reruns. Okay. Anyway.
It's not Electric Company or Zoom. Yeah, no. Yeah, no. All right. We need to jump into this. Let me get our, oops, I got to switch to.
Okay, while you're doing
this.
that, Red Wing said that I must have shunned popular songs on the radio too. Fun fact, I have the worst music taste. I only listen to pop. I was for a long time growing up like embarrassed of my love of pop because like all the cool people would like actually have good music taste. So I had to like hide that. And now I'm old and I've learned how to accept myself and I like pop music. So I am not that person.
Pop music.
But
why can I not? I do not want full screen here.
We love
I
Miss
do,
Frizzle.
but I don't.
All right. So Prof is getting ready for cast
I'm getting
out.
ready. Sorry. I'm having an issue, but let me just do this and then I can fix my issue. I need to do this. And now let me share this. Here we go. This is the way I need to do this. All right. So we're going to do some cast out. Thank you again to our sponsors, Clanker, Splits, Clanker, Splits, Aptos, and Purple. Trying to do too many things at once is not easy. There we go. That's what I need. All right. A-Town's back in the studio. Hey, A-Town. Why are you back?
I think he probably came to rebut something he just heard us talking about. My favorite thing to do is talk about people after they leave the stream.
Yeah, we only have nice things to say about him. All right. So thank you to our sponsors. So here's where we're at with cast out. Yesterday, we had another challenge, Cody game, and that was a lot of fun. If you have not tried Cody game, you really need to. It is a code breaking game. So you have a group of emojis. You have to put them in an order and break the code. It's really fun. And we had a Farcaster theme private game. So this was the first time they did a private game ever. So they did this we were the test case. And it went great. And so we had to give the list of the FIDs of all the players. They coded it in. And so only those folks could see this particular game and play in that game. Really fun. I went relatively quick. I think it was 3 hours-ish until the code was broken. I wasn't sure how it was going to go because there are some games in the regular public games that nobody breaks the code. And it just comes down to whoever did the best. So originally he's like, yeah, they're 24-hour games. I'm like, oh, let's cut that down to 12. So I'm like, I can't do that to them. So it was going to end at midnight, but it only lasted a few hours. The Better Clanker tribe broke the code. Warp Cost was the one who got it. So congratulations to him. Anyone who put an attempt in ended up getting a piece of the 2 million Cody, which is also a clanker. And so those who actually participated, tried to break the code, got a little something as well. So congratulations there. And Warp Cost ended up taking a larger percentage as the one who broke the code. So a lot of fun, really like this. This is a perfect game for cast out because if you're working with your tribe, you're much better off. You're going to get there quicker. So because you can compare, hey, I tried this one, you tried that one, that didn't work, and you're going to get there faster. So lesson there. If you're playing Cody game, you might want to work with friends. Okay, moving on. So we have a vote, and here is our vote. You could not vote for the better Clanker tribe. So here's the vote. Split Zao with one vote. Lickety Splits with another vote. Aptos 2 with another vote. So we are tied 3 with 1 vote each for Aptos 2, 1 for Lickety Splits, and 1 for Splits Zao. Another 1 for Lickety Splits. So 2 for Lickety Splits, 1 for Splits Zao, 1 for Aptos 2. And our last vote, Splits Zao. So we have a tie. 2 for Splits Zao, 2 for Lickety Splits, and we have a tie. So we do not have a casted out tribe yet, because what happens in the case of a tie, we're using survivor rules, we're going to revote, except this time you can only vote for Splits Zao or Lickety Splits, and those tribes can't vote. So it's going to come down to the other 3. I'm going to send a message out to them and get their votes, and we will share that on the timeline and let Bracky know and get Bracky updated. We got to let Tim know, and we'll have that information later today. So look for that. We have no challenges over the weekend. You have the weekend off. We were going to do a confessional challenge. I'm going to pause that for now because there's been a little bit of some issues. We'll talk about that in a second. Do want to give a shout out to, I forgot to give this shout out yesterday to our Clankermon team. Clankermon, when we did the trivia contest, did send out anyone who answered number 3 question about Clankermon correctly got 7,000 Clankermon. So congratulations there. To everybody who played. And Cody Game was our reward sponsor for the Cody Game Challenge. So they had shared 2 million Cody with the players who were playing in the private game. So thank you for that. And we did some buff to the people who are playing in the public games. I think I still have to go back and do the Grand Slam one. I did send it out to the open winner. So congratulations to them. They got a little bonus for playing yesterday, even though they had nothing to do with cast out. So that was fun. All right, Adrienne, I know you have to go. I can't get back to, why can't I get back to, can you switch us back to our regular thing? I can't find it. It's like out of my view. Thank you.
I got you.
Something weird happened where I could not get back to that one. So we will announce the teams that are still playing. On Monday, we'll have another challenge. We'll announce it at noon. And we have only a couple more challenges left. We'll have one more on Monday, another one on Tuesday, and then we'll get down to a final, one final challenge for the individuals on the winning tribe. And that's it. And with that, also, if you're playing cast out, keep it fun, keep it light. Don't take it so seriously. If you get voted out, it's not your worth. It's really not.
I think a nice little reminder, the purpose of cast out is it's a game.
Yeah.
It's meant to be fun. It's meant to showcase the best of Farcaster.
Yes.
So it's like a game to play with Farcaster. You get to interact with all these mini apps. You get to join a tribe and make friends. You can talk to other tribes. It is meant to be fun. It gets heated because people can get overly competitive.
Yep.
The feed, you can bring vibes from elsewhere into your, you can't.
Sure.
Elsewhere, things are happening. I think just important trying to keep it above the board.
Yeah. And I feel like some people are taking it, they feel responsible for their tribe getting voted out or something like that. Don't do that. It's not, most of the time people are voting you out. It's a game and they're voting you out. It's not personal to them. They're voting you out because you're in the way of them winning. That's it. That's all it is. You're doing too well. Sorry.
Yes. And we're going to go back to not having a prize pool. If people can't handle the game, there will be no prizes.
Don't make me turn this car around.
Don't, Mama.
Go ahead.
Mama's not happy. Okay. It
Sad
was
enough.
like, so
Mama's had enough. Mama's had enough.
yeah,
Mama's
don't
had
make us
enough.
take away the money out of
Mama's
this.
had
Like, is
enough.
that like,
No.
Mama's had
Anyway.
enough.
that is on a
Okay.
loop. Stop it. Turn it
Oh,
off.
I didn't realize it was on a loop. Thought it was going to end.
Okay.
Anyway.
Anyway, take the weekend, everybody.
Take the weekend.
It
Take a
is,
breath.
and listen,
fun.
it is, you are only human if you get, like,
Yeah.
people are human.
Yes.
It is completely reasonable to get wrapped up
Yeah.
in, because you want to play and you want to win. And I totally understand it.
And we pick people who like to play games and who are competitive to play.
Yeah.
So
I do
it's
think
kind
if
of
you
our
don't
fault.
understand Survivor, it is hard, especially if you don't understand Survivor. I did not
Yes.
so just say, take the weekend. Like, it's
Yeah.
just a game. I will give everyone hugs who needs it. It's okay. I do feel bad if people feel hurt, if people are getting
Yeah.
hurt, if people feel like things
Yeah.
are getting personal. Absolutely not our intent. So
Yeah.
just a game, have fun.
Yeah.
It's all just play, like it.
Yeah, exactly.
is
It's all just
love,
playing
and we-
around. Like,
yeah,
just don't take it too
hopefully
seriously.
we can heal a little bit.
Be kind to your other competitors. Like, just, even like we had a little meme war that started, and it was all in fun, and there was no ill intention, but it was getting heated. And I was like, outside looking in, this is not looking great. Can you guys chill? And they were like, yeah. Sorry about that. We got a little caught up. And I get it. So like things like that, we're just trying to keep it fun, keep it light,
Yeah.
have fun. That's all.
And
Alright.
and if you're mad, you can take it out on me and Prof, because we
Yeah,
can
absolutely.
take it for the
We can take
weekend. Don't take it out on our sponsors. We really love them.
Yeah, please don't.
And we would like them to continue to support us
We
in other
love
ways.
that.
We do love
Yeah.
our sponsors. So you can get mad at us, not their fault.
Yeah.
Anyway,
no,
and
they're
everyone
well.
else, just again, keep it light, keep it fun. And
Yeah.
we said we all have to be friends
Yeah.
afterwards. So
Exactly.
exactly.
Yes.
Yes, everybody, we do love each other.
Exactly.
Love,
Exactly.
love. Okay.
Lots of love. All right, everyone. And with that, let me just throw that up real quick. Okay. It's not your worth. This game is not your worth. It's all good. All right. Thanks, everybody. We're I'm reading the comments with a rage, sarcastic tone, and it's funnier. I get it. All right, everyone. Have a lovely Friday. Have a lovely weekend. We will see you on Monday, 11:30 a.m. Eastern. We have a guest coming from ETH Denver, so be on your best behavior, people.
We've got serious people coming to talk about serious things. So
Real
get
things
your act
happening.
together.
Get your act
Get your
together, people.
I'm not updating the mini app this weekend because I'm hopping
So
off
good.
on a flight and I'm not taking my laptop.
It's all
So,
good.
okay.
So we
Love you
will
guys.
have our regular news followed by a quick chat with our friend from ETH Denver, and then we'll dive into the updates on Cast Out and announce the next challenge. So that'll be later in the show, just to let you know. So we'll see you all then on Monday. And until then, everybody, bye-bye. Thanks for joining us for this episode of GM Farcaster. And thank you to all our partners and HyperSub supporters bringing this episode to you. Follow the GM Farcaster channel for all the latest updates and add our mini app on Farcaster and the base app. Until next time, bye-bye.